Hello friends, welcome back to iPad and iPhone tutorials. In the last lesson, I did mention that we're going to do our first application today. So yes, we will build our first application today. It's very easy, and I will show you how to do it. First of all, I'm gonna get you to get a hang of how Xcode functions. So first, we will see how Xcode basically works, and how you can build your first application. Let us start by creating a new project, and let's just say window-based application, which is going to be our first application. We select window-based application. You can select the product here. So if you're basically planning to build an application for iPhone, you can select iPhone, or if you want to build an application for iPad, you select iPad, or if you want to build an application that works both on iPhone and iPad, then you have to select universal. Of course, because of the sizes are different, the picture quality has to be different, and the resolution has to be different in the apps which are universal, or which are meant specifically for iPhone or iPad. What we're going to do now is just select iPhone for now and click on choose. Remember, we have to select the application from here and not from here. So application, window based, iPhone, and then we select choose. Once we do that, it basically asks us to select a name for the application. So we're gonna basically write, say for example, YouTube app 1, for example. Yeah, and we click on save. Now, the moment you do that, you would see that a window comes up. Now, this is the Xcode window, and it would look something like this, where you would have all your files from the app. Now, if I just close this, you would see you have your app, which you just created, then targets, executables, find results, bookmarks, SCM, project symbols, implementation files, interface builder files. But we're not going to bother about all this as of now. We're going to just expand our app, and under that we have five main folders, which are classes, other sources, resources, frameworks, and products. Now these are the ones that we would be working with most of the time. We would not be touching the bottom folders for now. We would only be focusing on the first five at the top under our app main folder. Yeah. Now, in this app, we're not going to do anything, and I mean we're not going to do anything. What we would do is basically just see how it works, and then in the next one we will do a little bit of more adding of features. So what we've done is just created an app and literally done nothing on this app as of now. And without doing anything, what we would do is we would select, now again, from this menu here, you can actually select whether you want to see the app functioning on a device or on the simulator. Now if you want to see the app how it looks on the device, you would have to connect the device, but as a starting point, maybe we just want to see it on the simulator, which is more or less exactly like the way it would appear on the device. So I've selected simulator, but again, it is your choice. I would encourage everybody to use simulator for now. You would see the name of your app. Below that you would have the name of your app hyphen iPhone simulator or iPad simulator. So I would select iPhone simulator for now, and because we selected iPhone in the first place while we were choosing to build the application, so I would select iPhone simulator. Now remember, I've done nothing on this app as of now. I've just simply selected iPhone simulator, and I've just basically I've selected iPhone simulator from there, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on build and run. See, it brings your app up and it is blank, and that's obvious because we did nothing on the app, so it's blank. But as you know, the Xcode is a powerful tool which builds the app for you directly from from the codes that exist in the app. Because there are no codes, it comes up as blank for now. What you can do is also click on this home button here and see how your app would look like. Now I was please ignore this one, and look, your app basically appears as a YouTube app 1, and it's a blank white screen. I'll tell you in later lessons how to make the icon for this one, but as of now I just wanted to show you how your app would look like when it's a fully blank app. Yeah. Now, if you want your app to disappear from here, you can also go to iOS simulator, and reset content and settings. So what it would do is basically make the simulator blank. So if I do that, and I say reset, it basically removes the app that we have put there for testing purposes. So now if I go to build and run, you would see only one of the apps would show. The first one is disappeared because that was just a test and I had already deleted it. Now you can quit the simulator by clicking on iOS and quit simulator, or you can simply press the command Q and it would disappear. Now there are a couple of things that I want to show you before we go on to our next app, which is on your app folder. You would see there's a file called main m and there's a file called main xib. Now let's expand the classes. You would see that when you expand the classes, let me move this so that you can see the file more clearly. When you expand the classes, you would see your app delegate.h file, delegate.m file. When you click on other resources, you would see the prefix.pch, your main.m file. When you click on resources, you would see the main window xib file, and you would see the info plist file. We will discuss what these are later on, but I'm just gonna show you what each of these folders have. So under your frameworks, you would have your UI kit, you would have your foundation, you would have a core graphics. Under products, you would have your final product, which is your app. This is basically the app that you're going to launch later on. Now coming back to the main.m file, you would see there's a pretty nice thing here. It says copyright 2011, my company name, all rights reserved. So it makes sense to change that to something more logical. So it says created by Vineet. Obviously nobody's going to see that, but you just want to make sure that your apps are your apps. So you may want to write in the name of the company. So I'll use the name of the company for now. We've got a couple of companies. I personally do iPad app building, and we make iPad and iPhone apps and all kind of mobile applications for our clients. And I've got another company called BrandWeb Direct, which basically produces apps and social media applications as well. But never mind, we won't go into that discussion. I just wanted to show you this feature so that you make it a habit of writing more details about your apps wherever possible. Now, if you double click on the main window.xib file, you would see that a couple of windows come up. Now, one of them would be the main window.xib. The other one would be the window. It's basically a window which basically reflects how your app is going to look to people when they're using it. As of now, our app contains nothing, which is why there's nothing on this window. We also want to make sure that we always see the library. So it is by default, it is not activated. So you would need to activate it by going to Tools, Library. All right, and it would look something like this. Now, for some of you, if the view is different, I would suggest and I would encourage that you select the option which says View Icons and Descriptions. This is important because we are now trying to learn how to build applications. So it would be easier if we have a small description of what each of these objects were. You would see there are objects, classes, and media, but first we will concentrate only on objects. So again, you would see there are a lot of objects in the library. We'll come to that later on. I just wanted you to have a look at the window. Again, to repeat myself, I would always encourage all of you to use the view icons and descriptions so that you see the object and a small description about it. There are other options as well, but we rather just have view icons and descriptions. Now, to be very very organized, what we would do is we can put the main window here. We can have the main code window here. We could have the user interface window here, which basically reflects how the app is going to look to the users, the end users. We can reduce the size of these windows to fit on the screen. As you can see, I'm trying to make make the screen look more organized. So it's up to us how we want to organize it. I prefer something which is very very handy, in which case I would go for something like this. Yep, something like this, which is more comfortable for me to work on. Now, oops, where did that disappear? Yep. All right. Now again, coming back to it, we saw that surprisingly it disappears every time I click on Xcode and comes back when I click on the main window. But anyways, I think that's just a feature of the new Mac. So that I'm using a Mac Pro, which has recently been launched. So it may differ from other Mac machines that you're using. But never mind. Because this app, there was nothing, we see nothing on the main window. What we're going to do now is we're going to basically just click on File and close window. It would ask us to save the files before closing. We can say save, or we can say don't save. I'm gonna do don't save because we did nothing. It was just for an explanation purpose. So I'm not gonna save this one, but you have the option of saving it if you want. So I'm gonna go don't save for now. Yeah. So now you know what these windows are and how they look like. I would also show you in the next tutorial how to build an app with a few labels and text and other objects added into it. I just wanted to give you a small idea of, if you don't do anything, if you don't write any code, still, the Xcode would work for you and build an app for you, just like it would look like on a real iPhone. Thanks a lot for watching this video. On the next one, we're going to build an app with some text and some objects inside. Again, if you like my videos, please encourage me by subscribing to the channel. It would really help me, put in more videos as soon as possible. It just acts as a motivation for me. I'll see you in the next video very soon. Thank you. Cheers.